In one kitchen, a living legacy ignites. Father and son, masters of tandoor-fired magic, serve up the bold spirit of nomadic cuisine. At ITC Ratnadeepa's Peshwari, J.P. Singh, senior chef culinary at Bukhara, one of the world's most iconic Indian restaurants, joins forces with his son, senior sous chef Naivedya Singh, to push flavor to thrilling new heights. From smoky, slow-cooked meats and fragrant sizzling kebabs to golden rotis fresh from the clay oven, finishing with indulgent gulab jamuns and homemade kulfi for that sweet finale. The best of North Indian nomadic cuisine is here in Sri Lanka, tandoor-fired, slow-cooked, unforgettable at ITC Ratnadeepa's Peshwari. Welcome to Kaleidoscope. I'm Savithri Rodrigo. From the Kaleidoscope studios, Bhuvanesh Khanna, Talpe's Turtles, and a roundup of the week's news in We went down to Talpe, down south recently, to see something magical. The sea turtles that swim right at the shore, which happens only during these months of the year. But what should have been a serene encounter is turning into a free-for-all, because no one's telling people how to behave with these creatures of the wild. People get too close, get noisy, and even touch them, which can stress or harm the turtles. Do give turtles space. Keep your distance and let them swim freely. Do move slowly and calmly in the water. No splashing or chasing. Don't touch, chase, feed or surround them. It disrupts their natural behavior. Don't block their path or try to swim right up for a photograph. Do let them come to you. It's not just about the moment, it's about protecting a species and preserving the magic of encounters like this. Follow Kaleidoscope on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn to stay in the loop. Kaleidoscope is brought to you proudly by Selinco Life, CDB and The Daily Morning. Thank you for being part of our journey.
Cool appetizer. CDB Self. Introducing CDB Self, the digital wallet that makes life easy. CDB Self.
The news you need faster than ever. This is CDB News in a Blink. Sri Lanka's total export earnings in 2025 reaches 17,252 million US dollars. The IFC invests 166 million US dollars to support Sri Lanka's private sector. The port city breaks ground on its first 112 million US dollar 231 unit luxury residential project. Land prices in Colombo's outskirts soar as city growth stabilizes. This week's market snapshot: stocks, oil and gold at a glance. At the Colombo Stock Exchange, the all-share price index moved above 24,000 points for the first time in history. Oil prices moved up as US infrastructure was crippled in the face of freezing temperatures, and WTI moved above 62 US dollars per barrel, the highest since October 2025. Both gold and silver hit historical highs, with gold surging past 5,250 US dollars per ounce, a rise of 18% in just the first 28 days of this year, and silver prices moving to 115 US dollars per ounce, a phenomenal gain of 57% this year. Colombo ranks number 5 on TripAdvisor's Traveller's Choice Awards Best Food Destinations. The European Union and India finalize a long-pending landmark free trade deal. French lawmakers adopt a bill banning access to social media for children under 15. A sewing mistake creates a sad horse plushy toy in China, which goes viral because it mirrors the life of a corporate slave.
You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Silinko Life.
South Asia's tourism is evolving fast. In 2025, Sri Lanka welcomed 2.3 million visitors, with India leading the way at 531,000 arrivals. Indian travellers now account for roughly 25% of inbound tourism, yet questions remain about spend, strategy and long-term appeal. On Kaleidoscope Dialogues today is Bhuvanesh Khanna, CEO of BW Business World and hospitality innovator behind BW Hotelier and BW Travel, who was in Sri Lanka recently. We talk a lot in this region about tourism, but in reality, is it still every country for itself?
With South Asia by name only. I mean, each country is doing its own thing. There is very little collaborative offer, and really speaking, there are only 3 or 4 places around here which are great tourism destinations, right? Around India, if you were to see, there's Sri Lanka and Maldives to the south, or you take a part of India which is Port Blair, or you go to Bhutan, Nepal and all that. But the fact is, each one of them are doing their own thing. There is very little collaboration. But you look at Thailand and Vietnam, I mean, they have clear, consistent and constant communication. And also Thailand has an advantage because the Indians have really covered it up. So they know it's a familiar destination, and also it's great value for money. And the fares are good, the hotel rates are good. So, but the Sri Lankan advantage is so much which you need to explore and reach out to the target group.
India's outbound travel is real, it's a boom. Why is Sri Lanka failing to convert that momentum into sort of a sustained high value arrival proposition?
Sri Lanka hasn't reached out well. There is something that we call jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai. What you can showcase is what you can sell. So people need to know about Sri Lanka. They're aware of Sri Lanka. And we have, for all 80% of our Hindus, right? And they have a great relation with Sri Lanka. They want to reach out because there are a lot of pilgrimage spots. But Sri Lanka hasn't really communicated to the masses. There is great opportunity. And Sri Lanka really needs to get into the TG.
So does Sri Lanka still sit in the Indian traveller's mind as a cheap, quick getaway rather than a serious destination like you mentioned, Thailand or Vietnam?
I keep saying we are 1.5 billion. Not everybody is traveling. Not everybody is traveling overseas. So in many ways, Sri Lanka is an extension of India. It is so well connected. So we really need to bring them in. You just get a small chunk and you're done. I keep telling everybody, go to Sri Lanka. It's clean. The people are warm. They're stylish. They're well dressed. They all speak English.
What are Indian tourists looking for in Sri Lanka today?
What are people really looking for when they come to Sri Lanka? Beaches, hills, heritage, pilgrimage, right? And what is it that they go elsewhere? They go for luxury, they go for all things that Sri Lanka has, right? Because India has every kind of, day before yesterday when I was flying in, there's a group of 50 elders from some happy club. And they were all above 65, 70. And they were coming over here. So they were first time travelers one could see. But then they've got an opportunity. They were budget travelers, but they were well organized.
Are we marketing Sri Lanka right for the young people?
Please understand, nobody's going now by brochures and catalogs, right? India is a digital first market. You've got to be on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook is passe, right? You've got to be in Reddit. You've got to pipe into those guys on where they are, right? They're physically present, they're digitally present. You need to pick in there and you need to create a database on how to tap into them. You see, roadshow, who's going to come? Agents are going to come. The ones who sell to you, their interest is margin. So you need to tap into all those points.
So don't forget, savor the bold flavors of nomadic cuisine at Peshwari before the 1st of February. And we will be back next week when Kaleidoscope returns with our milestone 300th program.